Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum and good evening, all the way from Dhaka, Bangladesh. And today we are observing our National Youth Day 2021. And when in this month of November, we always celebrate this National Youth Day in Bangladesh. And today is very special with us. Today we are celebrating National Youth Day in association with so many other organizations, along with globally. So, without a further ado, would like to invite our chief guest of this session, His Excellency Mr. MD Zahid Ahsan Russell, the our Honorable State Minister of Ministry of Youth and I'm also inviting Mr. Pavel Sarwar, President of YouthHub, all the way from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Hello, Mr. Pavel Sarwar. How are you?
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm so much proud sharing my screen with our honorable State Minister. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you. And we're our next guest is Mr. Kishva Ambikapati. He's the chairman of Commonwealth Youth Innovation Hub, Malaysia. I'm inviting Mr. Kishva in the screen with all other dignitary and honorable guests. Can we have Mr. Kishva on the screen? Hello, Mr. Kishva. Can you hear me?
Hello, thank you. Happy
Awesome.
Youth Day to the Bangladesh youth community. And thank you very much to Youth Hub Global for inviting me to this session.
Absolutely. It's an honor to have you with us on the same screen in this amazing day of and National Youth Day in Bangladesh. Our next guest will be Miss Kavita Mahindran. She is the Vice Secretary of Malaysian Youth Council. Can we have Miss Kavita with us in the screen? Right now, we have got connected with our Honorable State Minister of Ministry of Youth, MD Zahid Hassan Russell, MP. Salam alaikum, sir. It's an amazing day to have you with us. And today we are celebrating National Youth Day in Bangladesh. It's an honor to have you with us. Without a further ado, we are moving into our next phase of the opening ceremony. I'd like to invite our very special person, our honorable chief guest, Mr. Jahid Hassan Russell, MP, for his opening remarks and his opening speech to make this Youth Day special. So we are moving into Mr. Zahid Hassan Russell, MP, the captain of this youth community of Bangladesh. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Honorable moderator, respected discussant, youth representatives, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good evening to you all. I'm really honored and pleased to be here on this online discussion on innovation, entrepreneurship for sustainable youth for organizing this online discussion to celebrate the National Youth Day of Bangladesh. This day is celebrated with various colorful programs every year across the country by the Ministry of Youth and Sports on this auspicious occasion. I convey my best wishes and heartiest congratulations to all the youth of the world. At the outset, I would like to remember the greatest Bengali of all time, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and who was the role model for the youth of Bangladesh. He taught us how to achieve success through hard work and patience. Our Honorable Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is supremely courageous leader for her exemplary leadership, Now we are in position to build Sonar Bangla as dreamed by the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, utilizing the immense potential of the youth force. The National Youth Day gives an opportunity to celebrate young people's voices, actions, and initiatives and their meaningful engagement and participation in various fields. Bangladesh contains one third of its population between the ages of 18 to 35, numbering 60 million by 2020. Without their entrepreneurial efforts, it is not possible to achieve sustainable growth. A radiant, self driven, and energetic generation is rising in Bangladesh. Young talents breaking the old mindset are now pursuing careers based on understanding market trends, patience, and development prospects. Based on World Economic Forum's Inclusive Development Index 2020, Bangladesh ranks 34th, close to China 26th. One of the major contributors to this growth has been growth of the startup arena by youth in Bangladesh. Bearing the fact in mind, Bangladesh government presently intends to build up a super ecosystem, a supportive ecosystem for the youth to facilitate the tools and atmosphere to succeed. It needs to be mentioned that our government has been implementing a number of programs to create leadership quality, generate patriotism, and sense of responsibility among the youth through the education, training, and employment. We are putting special emphasis on new enterprise creation, women entrepreneurship, and enhancing success to micro and small enterprise. Inspiring Bangladesh is Bangladesh's first social network that encourages community engagement, partnership, affiliation engagement with the online platform and technologies, highlighting inspiring stories, promoting government achievements, and overall promoting Bangladesh as an inspiring brand. We have 3 million educated unemployed youth currently in Bangladesh, and our social network is giving them the opportunity to earn while inspiring others. We are creating an integrated ecosystem for our young generation to be proud of as Bangladeshi and develop their mental health. Indeed, Bangladesh is firmly on right track to become a middle-income country as its youth population is hardworking and entrepreneurial. Now, I do hereby declare the opening of today's online discussion. I strongly believe that the youth has the endless potential to contribute to creating a better Bangladesh and building a knowledge-based society. Having these inspirations, I want to conclude my speech here by thanking everyone sincerely. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu, may Bangladesh live forever. Thank you all.
Thank you, Honorable State Minister of Ministry and Youth and Sports, MD Zahid Hassan Russell, for your opening remarks, and I would like to thank you for your time. And I want to you can stay for like a few minutes for this opening session. As you know, like this session is very much important for everyone, and as we are going through this amazing year of 100th centenary of Father of the Nation, at the same time 50 years of our independence, and this session is very much important for everyone. Without any delay, we are moving to Mr. Pavel sir for his opening remarks and the whole idea of this National Youth Day celebration. Mr. Pavel.
Thank you so much, Imran Fahd, for inviting me today. And I would like to give my special thanks to our Honorable State Minister, Mr. Jaid Hassan Russell, MP, because our organization, Youth Hub, is a youth lead organization. And we are based in Malaysia, Bangladesh, and Nepal. But we are very much proud. We are registered in his ministry, our Honorable Chief Guest. We are registered in under the Ministry of Youth and Sports in Bangladesh. So today, really, Youth Hub and Youth Hub whole family is feeling so much proud and honor for having our honorable minister with us. For our chief guest, kind information, we are actually we are working to prepare our young people to become productive and engaged citizen, and to educate and enable the school student, because we are working for actually for two groups, 6 to 16 years old and 18 to 35 years old, and especially for the girls in innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship. And we combine the power of the education, technology, and the innovation to create change, to ensure that every child and every youth has the best start in their life. And to date, we can proudly say that from our organization, the more than 1 million people have been benefited through our different projects. And actually, we are trying to bring the mainly the NRB youths for to be a part of the digital Bangladesh, because as we living in the out of the our country, but our heart always are staying in our country. So from Youth Hub, we are trying to bring the NRB kids and also the NRB youth for contributing for making a digital Bangladesh. And finally, from my heart, bottom of my heart, I want to remember the greatest Bengali of all time, the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And he is a role model for us, especially for the youth of the Bangladesh. Inshallah, we will work together for bring Bangladesh in a global area under the supervision and under the guidance of our honorable chief guest, honorable state minister. Thank you so much, honorable minister, and thank you so much, Imran Fahad, for having me today.
Thank you, Mr. Pavel, for joining all the way from Malaysia. And like this day is very special as we are celebrating our golden jubilee of independence. At the same time, 100th centenary of our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. At the same time, the country is going through demographic dividend. So this year's is very much special. And now I'm inviting Mr. Kishwa to say his few words in this opening remarks of National Youth Day. Mr. Kishwa.
Thank you very much, Imran. Um, my felicitations to His Excellency, the State Minister of Bangladesh for Youth and Sports. I think His Excellency, the Minister, has been a great champion for young people, not only in Bangladesh, but also in the Commonwealth. I have had the great pleasure, me through my counterparts in the Commonwealth Youth Council, an outfit which I was leading previously. And under the leadership of His Excellency, the State Minister, he has always been an advocate, a very strong advocate, to ensure the young people are always put at center stage, especially the youth of Bangladesh. And I think that remarkable achievement of His Excellency was seen in the rankings which he just shared against countries like China and India. I think Bangladesh has set the lead, and thank you very much, sir, for your leadership. I also like to take this opportunity to thank Pavel Sarwar with YouthHub. YouthHub has been a very strong partner from the days of the Commonwealth Youth Council, but also with the Commonwealth Youth Innovation Hub, especially with the work here in Malaysia when we train or build capacities of young girls and also people of the rural areas in Malaysia. And I thank YouthHub for playing that support. Generally, I would like to congratulate His Excellency and the young people of Bangladesh for commemorating Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes. Now we can hear you. Previously, you were muted. Yeah, please.
Okay. So shall I start again?
Yeah, like the
Okay.
last 30 seconds, I guess.
Okay. The last 30 seconds. Okay. So I was thinking. I said that is indeed the father of the nation. Is his values stand strong, especially when we celebrate or commemorate this National Youth Day as being a champion of the values of democracy. And I think that that is a virtue which should be emulated by the youths of today, especially that of Bangladesh. And Bangladesh has grown to be a very innovative nation by putting its young people at its heart. Many enterprises have grown through the leadership of the Prime Minister and His Excellency, the State Minister, by the policies which have been very dynamic. And I think youth organizations have benefited from your leadership, sir. And I think that this is moving forward. Um, there are countries within the Commonwealth framework or the Commonwealth family which would look up to your leadership, sir, as you look at more young people being empowered. And I'm proud to see that Bangladesh is not only being a champion for young people but also for women. I think a lot of women have been given that empowerment through the leadership of Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, and of course the Ministry of Youth and Sports. So without in conclusion, I would like to just share, and I would like to thank again His Excellency the Minister and the organizations, especially youth organizations. I think we have got a very good working relationship with a lot of youth organizations, Youth Opportunities, YouthHub, um, homegrown Bangladeshi homegrown organizations. We have got the pleasure also working with Imran through his Innovation Hub. So we are happy to continue this engagement, and we hope that this small efforts at the end of the day will translate into big movements of change. And I thank you very much again for this opportunity to
Right.
be able to speak in this event. Thank you.
Like absolutely. Thank you, Kishva, for your amazing opening remarks. Like as we said, like this year's is very special, and today's and like the motto of this year's Youth Day and the Ministry of Youth and Sports is দক্ষ যুব সমৃদ্ধ দেশ বঙ্গবন্ধুর Bangladesh. It means skilled Bangladesh, fruitful nation. At the same time, under the vision of the father of nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So, with the vision of our father of nation, we are moving forward to our next discussion. Mr. Kavita from Malaysian Youth Council. He's the Vice Secretary. So, Kavita, your opening remarks in this amazing day of in Bangladesh National Youth Day. Thank you.
A very good evening to everyone, to the State Minister. Good evening to you, sir. Nice to meet you again in another session. And also Pavel and also Imran and Kishwa as well. Good evening to all of you. And thank you to YouthHub for inviting me to be a part of this session. Happy National Youth Day to Bangladesh. And we at Malaysia, we recently only celebrated our National Youth Day last weekend. So we are actually very much energized, and we are always hopeful, and we are always energized whenever it comes to championing youth related agenda. So I would say that in each nation we often see things, people say that youths are often referred to as future leaders, but I think it's important for us to address and recognize that youths, we are already here now, so we should be empowering them even more on this day. And the United Nations, they identify the entrepreneurs as drivers of innovation and change agents, and where these entrepreneurs provide win-win solution, and they are also recognized as key people to achieve sustainable development goals. With that thought, I believe that youths are encouraged, and programs that are curated to this, it should be instilled in the right mindset in becoming innovative entrepreneurs. So I hope that this session tonight will be helpful and youthful and be useful for most of the youths who will be watching tonight. And it is also clear that the role of young people is essential to the world's economy. The current youths are the largest generation in history, and almost 50% of millennials make up the global workforce. With this increasing number of young labor force, there is an increasing need to explore alternatives to traditional job creation strategies. This high number of youngsters threatens to result in unemployment and pressing societal challenges. Furthermore, in most polls and surveys conducted by various bodies and across the world has highlighted two main concerns. One is that finding a well paying job after graduation, and another part to it is that youths do not know how would they manage their finances after school. So this problem is not only affected in a certain country but also worldwide. Hence, I believe that it's important for youths to collaborate at international level or even at regional level in order to overcome challenges faced by the societies. So I hope the session today will bring many fruitful ideas, and we wouldn't end just by doing the talking here. We hope that we could put it into action, and I look forward to the session tonight. Thank you, everybody, for inviting me.
Thank you, Kavita, for your wonderful remarks. As we said, like this year's and our today's session is all about innovation and entrepreneurship for sustainable youth employment. And as we know, like Bangladesh is going through a demographic dividend, and the maximum number of our youth is below 35. So it's a blessed time of this nation to follow all those things, to be reskilled, and at the same time, we need to grow our entrepreneurial mindset. At the same time, the thing what we have faced, the educated unemployed people, at the same time the number of employment is getting decreased day by day. So this is the right time to reskill our youth, at the same time get employed for the betterment of our country. So we are moving into the next part of our today's session, the panel discussions, and I would like to thank our Honorable State Minister MD Zahid Hassan Russell MP for his kind presence in this session, and inaugurate today's discussion of this panel discussion on the occasion of National Youth Day 2021. Thank you, sir, and we are moving into our next part. Now I'm heading to our moderator, Ms. Sumaya Zaman, for conducting the next part, and I'm inviting other guests from different part of the world. I'm inviting Faiza Parveen. I'm inviting our other guests from different part of the world. Uh, let me introduce all of them. Sumaya, can you hear us?
Yes, Imran, thank you. Thank you for handing it over to me.
Yes, over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Sumay Zaman, founder, director of Bangladesh Progressive Women's Society, Bangladesh, which is called BPWS in short. Welcoming you all today on innovation and entrepreneurship for sustainable youth employment towards the National Youth Day of Bangladesh 2021. As Imran mentioned before, this webinar is organized by YouthHub, a global youth-led organization focusing on the tech education, entrepreneurship, social innovation, and community development in line with the United Nations Sustainable Goals (SDGs) and registered organizations in state and dozens of people worldwide, and also powered by Inspiring Bangladesh and Amar Mujib in collaboration with Commonwealth Youth Innovation Hub. In the session, we had some valuable remarks from our chief guest today, Mr. Mohammad Zahid Hassan Russell, MP, Honorable State Minister, Ministry of Youth, Sports, Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh, and the other special guests. As you already know from our posts in social media, our panelists today are Kisha Ambigapati, Chairman Commonwealth Youth Innovation Hub Malaysia. We also have Krishna Mahindran, Vice Secretary Malaysian Youth Council. We have Neil Saha, founder Design Bangladesh from Bangladesh. We have Lisa Ullah Fuji, lead consultant, Vivo Global Consulting, Nigeria. We have Faisal founder Open Space Network, Nepal. We have Zainab D'Souza, founder GEAD Foundation, Nigeria. We have also uh, Ratri Mini Sari, Country Director, YouthHub Indonesia, from Indonesia, of course. And we have Christian Marie, Regional Director, YouthHub.
Good afternoon. How are you? Hello?
Are we audible?
Yeah, I think our moderator having internet problem. So I would like to request Imran
Exactly.
Fahad for moving forward. And I would like to request
Well,
other guests, mute yourself if you are not speaking.
great. So, without a further ado, let's move uh, to this panel discussions. The topic we have discussed, it's all about innovation, entrepreneurship in this upcoming days of this uh, new normal, I would say. So I want to move forward. With the move this discussion with Ms. Faiza Parveen, the founder of Open Space Network Nepal, to know more about the innovation ecosystem and the entrepreneurial mindset in Nepal, and how you are facing this new normal in Nepal. Miss Fai.
Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, Iman, for having the question, and Pavel Pai for inviting me today. Happy National Bangladesh Day, Youth Day in Bangladesh. The youth are actually, we youth in Nepal are in the very growing stage. We are much more aware about the scenarios that are happening. All around the world, and that's actually has been a great platform for us to learn, because earlier the scale of youth traveling abroad for job was really really high, but with time things are changing, and they are going there for studies, but they are not uh, choosing to stay back there. Most of them are coming back for the reason that they are finding the opportunity here in Nepal as well. And also, talking about entrepreneurship from a very young age, a lot of young people are actually approaching to the phase of entrepreneurship, as they have been exposed to this new ecosystem of business. There are a lot of time our parents or our teachers used to teach us how to be a good manager, or how to get a job, how to crack an interview. But nowadays the courses has included about how to actually start a business, how to make a business plan. And has been a really good way of exposing the students and the young people about the world of entrepreneurship. And also, uh, we have always understood that businesses take a lot of money, but finally we have also started, because of the online mediums and the power of the internet. A lot of people have started their businesses in a small amount. And also, there are so many ways that they have explored the new ideas, and some have also imitated the international business ideas, because in Nepal we still are struggling in having international investments or multinational companies coming over here and opening their branches. For example, Uber is a global brand, but they have not reached Nepal. So our Khon Pathao from Bangladesh has come to Nepal, and we have started the taxi services. So Bangladesh and Nepalese youth have also collaborated in lots of ways, and it has also shown out the result that this kind of businesses here in Nepal are actually moving forward in a very good way. Also, talking about the food delivery systems, or talking about the product manufacturing system here in Nepal, it's been growing quite. Uh, e- in a good way. And how COVID has actually affected it, it has ruined a lot of things, especially for businesses like mine. Open Space Network being a event curating company, events were literally in a zero level. We The scenario was like we have to do online events, but talking about the business, events were happening. The events were uh, related to trainings and panel discussions or webinars, but the other kind of events, which would actually be giving money to the businesses, they were literally shut down. And even today we struggled in that phase, because there are a lot of COVID restrictions still going on in our country, and we still fear that if we do a large scale event, it might just affect other people, and we don't want to be the reason of spreading COVID all around the place again. So also we have come over to know that a lot of events that happened earlier were one of the reasons of increasing COVID. So following that part, a lot of businesses actually also emerged during COVID. So COVID has actually shown the both, as coins have like both the sides. This COVID had both the side. It also brought a lot of positive impact in the entrepreneurship ecosystem, and also brought a lot of negative part in the ecosystems. How the online delivery companies were really struggling to catch in the market because of how traditional we were, in the thing that I can go and buy this grocery right there in the beside the store. I can go to the restaurant and get the food. Why do I pay extra 100 rupees or 50 rupees for that? But now, because of COVID, people have actually started using online apps to order their food, and that has actually given business to a lot of online delivery companies. And they have also, the online payment system has increased rapidly, because they were scared to use cash. So what they preferred was online payment. So this has actually given COVID has actually made the youth, or say the people of Nepal, quite active over internet. The digital ecosystem has actually really grown forward in a proper way, which has given the young people an opportunity to promote their businesses. Earlier, they were really skeptical if their business would work or not. Even few games from Nepal were really, really popular during this COVID time. And this also gave an opportunity to those digital content makers as well, because TikTok, it became like super duper hyped up during COVID, and a lot of people started earning money. In fact, there's a case that a girl actually earned more than a crore through COVID, through in during this COVID time, through TikTok. So a lot of content maker were out there in the market. A lot of companies and a lot of organization provided free training programs to a lot of youth. A lot of free courses were provided, which has helped the young people to understand more about entrepreneurship. So it has impacted in a very positive way, and also in a negative way, in a sense that those product selling companies were actually threatened. A lot of young people were, uh, they could not pay the rent. A lot of offices shut
Absolutely.
down. But then also what happened was people understood the power of digitalization, and a lot of offices are now cutting down their cost by not having an office. So
Yeah.
it was a
So
good
yeah,
learning
thank
phase
you,
actually.
Faiza. We will come back to you again when it comes to the crosstalk. We will come back to you again. Like as we said, like this year's Youth Day is very much special. Today we have connected with different countries right now in one screen, and at the same time the audience are global. Right now we are live in LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook page in both Inspiring Bangladesh and Youth Hub. So feel free to share your this live with all of our friends into different part of the world, so that like they can share their opinion. At the same time they can know more about our viewpoint. So I'll move to our host, Ms. Sumaya Zaman, to conduct this session further with other guests. Over to you, Sumaya. Thank you.
Thank you, Imran. Sorry for the interruption, for the technical errors. Thank you, Faiza. That was wonderful hearing from you. Now I would like to go to Riana Tabusodi Wahab, co-founder GEAD Foundation from Nigeria. Riana, I would like to ask you what initiative should be taken to groom youth for entrepreneurship? What do you think?
Okay, thank you so much, awesome moderator. Okay, so if I try to get your question, well, you said what's my take on entrepreneurship, right?
Well, I asked you what initiative should be taken to groom youth for entrepreneurship, do you think? To groom the
I'm so
youth
sorry.
for entrepreneurship development or innovation. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I can hear you well.
I can ask the question again. I asked you what initiatives should be taken to groom youth for entrepreneurship development. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. First, I will say Happy Day of Bangladesh, and thank you so much, Mr. Pava, for inviting me. It's really an honor. So, Faija has really said a lot, and when we talk about youth entrepreneurship, I'll say that there are many people who want to apply for job, but there are a few that are ready to create this job, to make this job available, and this is due to the youth job mentality mindset most youth have. So I'm going to use Nigeria as a case study. I realize that unfortunately we have more people than the job, and for example, according to the NBS, that is National Bureau of Statistics, reveals that over 13.9 million Nigerian youth are currently unemployed. And we notice that one way to solve the issue of unemployment is entrepreneurship and innovation. So I mentioned changing the mindset of youth, and this is because most youths think that once they gain admission into school, and they believe, they have this mindset that once they graduate from school they are going to get jobs, and unfortunately it doesn't work like that, because when you get to the school they teach you repeated curriculum, and these are the things that you learn, and at the end of the day when you finally graduate you will learn that you will learn that it's the reality will dawn on you, and you realize that it's actually not how you think it will be. So that is why we need to first change the mindset of youth, because unemployment has led to so many things, especially in Nigeria, where we have social vices such as kidnapping, prostitution, cyber crimes, and so on. And all these things are increasing every day. So a lot of youths, face a lot of challenges, and there are a couple of solutions. Some organizations, governmental agencies are also, trying to initiate or already initiating, but these solutions are not enough. Now, I'm using Nigeria as a case study now, and I said that there are some challenges, and we first have to look at the fact that there are some importance of youth entrepreneurship, and one is, apart from it creating job opportunities, it is also a way of financial freedom. When youth have innovative ideas and they are able to implement it, they will be able to make income for their jobs, and they will be able to fend for themselves. So that is one way. And another thing is, it's a way of giving back to the society. the community. So many people don't see it as, giving back to the community or solving societal problems. We only see it as just a business. For example, we have amazing Nigerian youth that come up with innovative ideas and businesses that sometimes change the environment and doesn't cause harm to the environment. For example, we have people like there is this girl I met at an art gallery, Tunde Odolade Art Gallery. Her name is Jumoke Olokere, and she's involved in all these African creative things like waste management, changing used tires into something creative, and she's also making sales. So she's protecting the environment, and at the same time she's making income from what she does. So there are a lot of youth like that are also bringing up innovative ideas, creating opportunities, and they're also making money through it. Another thing is we should look at entrepreneurship as having access to long life skills, skills like digital skills. Pfizer said a lot about digital skills, and that is true. For you to be an entrepreneur, you need to have some digital skills, such as how to do online transaction. And it is true, COVID-19 has really changed a lot, where we have so many people coming online, to have meetings and all. So you have to know how to make use of platforms such as Google Meet, Zoom, and so on. And these are the skills that young people should try to have. And apart from that, we also have soft skills that you can use for your personal life. Soft skills like time management, personal effectiveness, problem solving, and creativity. So these are skills you can use both for your business and your personal life. And we have a lot of organization. The Nigerian government is also committing its resources to trying to promote entrepreneurship in Nigeria. And we also have some agencies such as World Bank, some agents and some NGOs such as Leap Africa, and other NGOs that are giving programs and trainings on entrepreneurship, so that entrepreneurs can have adequate knowledge and training about it. A lot of youth don't usually have adequate training before going into entrepreneurship or before starting up a business, and these are the things that are affecting them. Because when you do not have the entrepreneurial mindset or the necessary skills or work experience to make it moving, it can crash. And that is why we have a lot of them start up the business, and at the end of the day, they just leave it there and lose, get discouraged. So there are a lot of organizations promoting entrepreneurial training, teaching them about business plan. I remember when I was in my second year in university, I started up a honey business because I wanted to promote original honey. Then my parents bought fake honey, and it was, instead of them getting a good health benefit from it, it was vice versa. And I wanted to change that narrative. I wanted to promote good health and well-being. So I started my honey business without having adequate knowledge, without knowing anything about the business. So when I started, I realized that I started selling on credit. I started, I didn't have any way to raise capital. So the business just crashed, and I ended up, losing, getting discouraged about the business. So this is why adequate training and getting the necessary work experience are very important. Though youth have some challenges, they do have a lot of challenges, especially in Nigeria. If you are in the agricultural and industrial sector, they do have problems when it comes to infrastructure, problems. And number one is electricity. When there is lack of power supply, you see them trying to catch up with the business by either buying a generator, buying fuel, and trying to keep up with the business. And it's sometimes difficult for most of them. And some of them in the agriculture sector, they have problem of a bad transportation system, in a way where they want to transport their products or goods to their final consumer. They go through a lot on the road, bad roads, delays, and so many things affect their businesses. So all these things can be looked into by one, integrating entrepreneurship and innovation into the school curriculum. This is very important because most schools, they do not teach the practical aspect of business. They only teach the theoretical aspect, and it do affect students a lot, especially students that have this mindset, this job mentality mindset, that okay, once I'm done with my studies, I'm just going to apply for a job and get a job, without thinking of the fact that what if you do not get a job? So you have to plan. We have to introduce youth to entrepreneurship and innovation. We have to encourage them to bring up innovative ideas in order for them to, in order for them to contribute to sustainable growth and development in the society. Thank you.
Thank you, Rihanna. Thank you for your words. We would like to go over to Ratri Winning Hapsari, Country Director, YouthHub Indonesia, from Indonesia, of course. Ratri, I would like to ask you why youth partnership is important, do you think? I'd like to uh, know it in a short version of your speech.
Thank you, Sumaya. So, what is important? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the last
Why
one.
youth partnership is important. Youth partnership is important, do you think?
Oh, the youth partnership is important. All right. So, thank you so much, Sumaya, for that. Why is the partnership is important? Of course, it is important. So, we are from. I'm representing the Youth Hub. Youth Hub is a global youth-led organization focusing in tech, education, entrepreneurship, social innovation, and community development. So, of course, by doing everything that we are working to prepare the young people to become productive, we need some partnerships. And especially like today, I watching the minister of Bangladesh is having a good connection with Pavel. I I really honored the spirit of Pavel why he introduced Youth Hub, especially. So whenever like he's sharing about the moment Youth Hub did for the Bangladesh or for Malaysia and for any other countries, he do it in passion. So uh, me represented the Youth Hub. Actually, I want to grow this Youth Hub as well in Indonesia, and I believe that the partnership with the government and then with all the I mean the other companies is very important. So is that
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Going over to Musa Olatunji, lead consultant, Be More Global Consulting from Nigeria, of course. So I would like to ask you, what are the plans of your government for the youth of your country? Can you tell us in short, Musa?
Sorry, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, I'm asking you again. Your question is, what are the plans of your government for the youth of your country? Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
thank you very much. Yeah, I can hear you now. Thank you very much for this opportunity and for the question. And when you talk about the role between the government and our young people, most especially the young people in our country, I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So presently, right now in Nigeria, we are also celebrating the National Youth Day, and it's of coincidence that the same thing you are doing over there in Bangladesh. So one of the roles that the government have been doing is to create an enabling platform. Yes, despite different challenges the young people face, but in terms of when it comes to partnership, young people that have vibrant, innovative, and creative ideas to push the nation forward, to push the development of our nation, the social and economical parts of our nation, the government are always open for such idea to come on board. Just recently, I checked my Facebook, and one of my friends, they were able to launch a national youth policy on security and peace matter, which was in collaboration with the government. These and many other opportunities are being created by the government. It is just for the responsibility ability of our young people to actually tap into numerous opportunities, numerous platforms that our government have provided. Yes, a lot of young people we usually complain we don't have enabling environment. But the very first question is, what are you creating? Whatever you're creating, is it sustainable enough? Is it an idea that is worth selling to other people? Once it is worth selling, then you need to identify the right platform. So the government are trying their best. I'll also follow suit with what my colleague has said, Rihanna. Yes, we have a lot of challenges. For young people, we need to stop complaining and start acting, start taking the right decisions, start taking the right initiative to move ourselves forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Musa. I would like to go to Kavita Mahindran, Vice Secretary, Malaysian Youth Council. Kavita, I would like to ask you, what are the innovations that are going on in your country right now?
Innovations. Okay, so mostly currently that we are working, we are supporting on the gig economy. So the gig economy per se, everything that can be, everything that has been done physically, we are trying to encourage the youth to bring it up to the digital platform. So at the same time as well, we are also providing and equipping the youths with digital knowledge and also how they can leverage their businesses or also their marketing strategies so that they will be able to reach out a larger group of target audience, and at the same time they'll be able to instill this entrepreneurship mindset at such a young stage. And apart from that, the government has also taken the initiative, something like um, they are providing grants and also funds for youth organizations who will be able to encourage these youths and also to reskill and upskill the skills that is needed for their career path and also for the development overall in their particular businesses, either individually or in groups. And so these grants and also funds is also helpful for other youth organizations to mobilize to the rest of the youths. So they don't only look into working into government agencies targeting the youths, but we are looking for ways where a youth can help another fellow youth member. So and it's easier for them to connect and understand each other better. So these are some of the strategy that we are looking into currently.
Okay, thank you, Kavita. Thank you for your words. I'd like to go to Imran Fahad, founder, Inspiring Bangladesh from Bangladesh. Imran, I'd like to know how can you develop their skills for new innovations? Can you tell us a bit about that?
Right. Very important questions. Thanks, Umaya, for asking. Like the thing you have asked me, the new innovations and like how the youth can empower by utilizing this technological revolution in this new normal is very much essential. Like the thing what we have seen in our country, like the power of digital Bangladesh, and at the same time the way we are moving forward to the next level under the leadership of our Honorable State Minister of ICT. And we have seen different kinds of innovation at the same time, incubation process, and people can utilize people can like implement their idea from scratch to uh, what I can say to the different kinds of technological adoption. So this is the best part of this innovation ecosystem, and we are seeing the ultimate usage of it. And we believe, as we have said, like this year's national youth day is very much important because we are observing two important incidents in the history of Bangladesh. So I believe this innovation and at the same time skill development for the entrepreneurs can develop or take this youth ecosystem to the next level if we can utilize our resource in this new normal. At the same time, collaborations, as we have said, this new normal is all about collaboration, so that like we can know more about the importance of it. So I believe that would answer your questions. Thank you, Sumaya.
Thank you, Imran. Thank you for your Valuable words. Uh, Now I would like to go to Wanza Mania, Team Lead Hummingbird Initiative, Kenya, from Kenya. Wanza, I would like to ask you, what challenges in your country, women face in your country in terms of innovation? Wanza.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope everybody can hear me maybe.
Okay, I would like to repeat the
Hi, am I
question.
audible?
What challenges women face in your country in terms of innovation?
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if I can be heard, but a very good evening from Nairobi, Kenya. First and foremost, I've been struggling to hear what everybody is saying. So I'll repeat or I'll end up overemphasizing on a point, but I don't know what's happening to my internet. So first and foremost, I wish to congratulate the great young people of Dhaka, Bangladesh, and by extension, the youth of, I believe it's in air. And certainly, I think when we come together, I think one of the things that we have a commonality with the youth of Asia and the youth of Kenya, probably it's because we are referred to developing countries. Thank you very much for the question. You've asked me a very good question about the challenges that women are facing here in Kenya. Young women are facing in terms of innovation. Every time we talk about innovation, and I like to start this point by saying that there's a lot of assumption that every time we are talking about, we mean innovation. Whereas indeed, innovation could mean technological innovation. Uh, I also think that some of the things that incorporate the social innovation, doing things, for example, in some countries where girls are not taken to school, when they start being taken to school, that in itself is an innovation. So I think what that could be a good start is a cultural kind of an innovation, or do I call it a cultural revolution?
I think we have lost the
Okay.
connection with Wanza.
Thank you, Imran. I think we that's a technical error. So our next speaker would be Mr. Uh, Kishwa. Is he here?
I think he left the studio.
Okay. So if he's not here, then I would like to go to Mr. Pavel Sarwar for his closing remarks. Mr. Pavel Sarwar is the president of YouthHub, Bangladesh. I would like to hand it over to you, Mr. Pavel.
Thank you so much, Sumaya, and thank you so much for all of our honorable guests for joining us today, for accept our invitation and join today for making this event successful. And first of all, I would like to say thank you to our honorable state minister for opening our today's celebration. And you know that youth is the powerhouse for any nation and any society. So if you want to change, I believe one motto: do what you love, inspire others, and change the world. So if you want to change the world, so we need to prepare our youth, because youth are not only the future, they are presents also. So we need to treat our youths as a present in the part of the present development. So we need to hear the youth voice. So today's event so representing the different part of the world. But the youth, I believe, that don't have any border. So today's event also make these things make it the true that youth don't have any border. So together we can change the world. Together we can change our country as well. So and this year very special for us, as Imran mentioned, because we are celebrating 100 years of our fathers of the nation. And and our prime minister, under her supervision, under her guideline, Bangladesh is now the rising tiger, rising economic tiger for the Asian country. If you go through the different study about the Bangladesh, so we can proudly say that we are now in the online. We are now aligned with the other developing countries, and we are also aligned with the developed countries as well. So we are very much proud uh, as a Bangladeshi and as a global citizen, as a youth, because I always say that youth are the global citizen. So thank you so much, because in Malaysia it's already 12 o'clock, so I don't want to kill too much time. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for joining with us, making this event successful, and thank you all of our partners, especially the Inspiring Bangladesh, for all of the support from the Imran Fahd and his team, and also the Commonwealth Youth Innovation Hub, Malaysian Youth Council, because I invited all of you in a very short notice. So it's a great honor for me to all of you respect this invitation and make this event successful, celebrate together, all together, with a global flavor, Bangladesh Youth Day. So thank you so much once again. And especially I already mentioned about our honorable minister and Kishba. He is not only my colleague, not only we are working together in the Commonwealth, but he is my good mentor as well. So Imran Fahad, Kavita I mentioned already, Musa, Faiza from Nepal, Riana, Ratri, Christiana, Wanja. So everyone, thank you so much. I hope we will work together and we will bring our country to the world. And only youth can do this one, because youth actually don't follow any rules. Youth creates their own rules. So by this event, last of all, I want to request our policymakers, if they are watching today's session, please listen the youth first, because youth are not the future. Youth also the part of the present. Thank you so much, and good night from the Malaysia. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank
Sumaya.
you
Thank
so
you,
much, everyone. Good night.
Pavel.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much, everyone.
but let me inform a bit about BPWS before closing